Hello friends, Tanya here with a video featuring the Spellbinders 2022 May Glimmer Large Die and Embossing Folder of the Month. I'm going to start out playing with the stitched glimmer butterflies. There are several glimmer hot foil plates for this kit, including 4 sentiments. We've got a large sentiment that says, "You give me butterflies." We have 6 wing pieces, 2 large, 2 small for the big butterfly, a large and a small for the side view butterfly. We have a die that die cuts out that large sentiment. We have 2 butterfly bodies that are die cut and 1 antenna. We have 3 smaller sentiments. They say it's a new day, celebrate you today, and I'm sorry, I missed the first one. But I'll show you those again later. Here I have die cut the largest pieces of each of these butterfly components, and you can see they have lots of embossing and details. This is 2 dies together. We've got the stitching piece and the little veined details, and I've die cut each of those for the large butterfly, and you can see how gorgeous those are just laying on top of our larger die cut. Next we have the hot foil little stitched lines and dots, and I'm going to take these and foil them on some vellum with the gold foil that comes in the Glimmer Hot Foil kit this month. And you can hot foil on vellum, and that isn't expensive vellum. It's just, I think it's a Hobby Lobby vellum, in fact, which or did I get that on Amazon? Anyway, it is not a high price one, and it was very easy to hot foil on. Turned out gorgeous. Now we're going to use those stitch hole and shape dies that you see that black one in the upper left corner. You use the veining dies with this die, and that's what you get. So you've got lots of options with this set. It's not really just a glimmer foil set. Now we're going to take this veined die cut piece, and we're going to attach those to the vellum glimmer foiled and die cut pieces to create a beautiful layered glimmer foiled part for this butterfly. Now I did not adhere these totally flat to the butterfly main piece. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue at the base of each of these, and I've curled the tip or the end of each of these little pieces up a little bit to make this butterfly a bit dimensional. I love that extra detail that makes. Here are the sentiments, or the larger sentiment foiled with the gold foil, and I'm going to die cut that also with the coordinating die. I love that we have that coordinating die for this sentiment. That really makes a finished look for your card. I love it. Here is a good look at that, and that foiled beautifully. Here are the bodies for the butterfly. I did use the mirror cardstock for this, and I'm just going to lay a line of glue down the center of our butterfly and add our mirror gold butterfly body. Just let that adhere well. Next I'll add a dot of glue to the antenna and attach that to the head of our butterfly, and that is one butterfly complete. Now the other 2 pieces create a side view butterfly, and the curved body creates the body for the side view butterfly. And it did take a little fiddling and referring to the packaging to figure out exactly where those wings attached to the body. And I bet that there's more than one spot that works really well. I thought about just adding this foiled vellum to the wings, but you can really see the glue through the vellum, so I ultimately ended up adding the black veining detail to it also. These are very much like a monarch butterfly. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with these, and I just grabbed an orange one because I do really like monarchs. And maybe the black would have been a better thing to do as the background, and I'll have to try that again later. Now I want to try to glimmer foil directly on the orange piece. We're going to stick with orange for this. And I decide to go ahead and die cut those pieces from the orange cardstock again. And then stick the glimmer foils carefully down on the die cut pieces with some of the Best Ever Craft tape. And I'm just trying to be very strategic in how I adhere these to the card base or tape them down to the cardstock, so I can create little hinges with as little tape as possible and keeping these all aligned. Ideally, I'd be able to just pop them all down on a piece of cardstock, glimmer foil them, and then die cut them. But you can't get your placement just right that way. Maybe if you, I don't know if you could get your placement just right. There might be a way. I'll have to think about that. But this actually worked out. I'm not going to make you watch me tuck the glimmer foil under each of those wings, but I'll show you one of them. I have a 1-inch piece of glimmer foil here, and I'm making sure I'm putting this shiny side pointed towards the plate. I add some extra tape to make sure that those little pieces don't flop. And look at that, they foiled perfectly. I was surprised, and I really think this was worth the extra effort. I do end up going back and adding a little more detail to those. Here are the smaller sentiments, and I decided to use the Swallowtail tags die set. This came out, I believe, in March, and it has several different lengths of the same width of these little, they call them swallowtail. I call it dovetailing. Some people call it fishtailing, but it's that little detail on one end, and then you have a rounded end on the other end with a hole for little tags, which I think is absolutely adorable. I can think of a lot of great ways to use these. So I die cut each of those sentiments. I'm going to try adding some detail with, this is mustard seed distress oxide, and it does add a little difference in color on the orange, but not a lot. I mean, it is a light color on a dark cardstock. And then I decided to go a little deeper and try some candied apple. And that sounds like a really drastic color, but it honestly wasn't. It's pretty subtle. It does blend well with that mustard seed and creates a beautiful gradient look on our butterflies. I think these might be my favorite. Maybe. I mean, it's so hard to know. There's so many beautiful ways to use these. I did rub over the foiling to remove any of the excess ink. It does resist your distress oxides. And again, going to adhere some gold foil die cut butterfly bodies. And I figured out a little bit better way to adhere these wings together for the side view. You just overlap there's a little bud at the end of each wing so that you can adhere those. And I will again adhere the head to that body and let that set good. With it being the mirror cardstock, it takes a little longer to let that glue set up and really get a good hold. Now I decided I don't really like how that antenna looks on the side view, so I trim one of the antenna off, and I thought that wasn't quite good enough either. So I decide to come back and adhere that piece that I cut off back on the head after I find it. I'm fiddling with the bigger one first, and then I add a little glue to that antenna and adhere that right back to the head of the butterfly, but at a slightly different angle so it looks more likely to be real. Next, I'm going to bring in the Stitched for You, which is the large die of the month kit, and it has several shadow dies with individual letters that form many words They're a very fine detail letter, several different words. Plus we've got some stitching dies. We've got a large shadow for the word you and individual letters with the extra stitching detail. So I'm going to die cut these with a shimmer white cardstock for the shadow and some pretty yellow cardstock for each of the individual letters. And I'm using this brush tool to remove the little pieces out of those holes that didn't fall out when I pulled them off of the die cut plate. I do add some dimension behind each of these layers by adding another die cut cardstock piece behind each of them. The easiest one to do, of course, is the shadow because it's one large piece. And each of the individual letters get a plain white cardstock backing also. You could use foam, like foam or chip cup coaster blank or any of those kinds of things. I chose to just use some scraps of white cardstock. Just adding some Barely Art precision glue to the back of that letter, and I'll only show you the layering portion for one of those. I will say that the O is not perfectly symmetrical when it comes to the stitching detail. When you try to adhere those together, it does matter which way it goes, and you'll find that it's pretty easy to figure that out. I've adhered all of those letters together, and now I'm going to pull out the April Embossing Folder of the Month Radiant Burst. I thought that was perfect for the card I'm going to be creating. I did make that embossed piece 4.5 by 6.5 inches, and I'm matting it on a 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 inch piece of white shimmery cardstock. And then we're going to adhere all of that to a 5 by 7 card base. I do love my 5 by 7 cards. You may have noticed that if you've watched my channel for very long. And I do use pretty much just the Barely Art precision glue to adhere things. I'm going to use my Misty as a nice heavy weight to let that glue set good while we add some dimension to the butterfly here. I'm taking some thin strips of coaster blank. You could use cardstock, you could use foam tape, whatever floats your boat there. And I want to make sure that these, not leaves, wings, have a little extra dimension behind them before I adhere them down. Now to get this sentiment strip to sit well on the butterfly, I'm going to also take a piece of coaster blank here, another thin piece, and place it right in the center of that butterfly so that when I adhere the sentiment banner to it, it is flush all the way across. It's the same height as the wings. And I love how that nestles right in the middle of that butterfly. We're going to center this U on the upper portion of the card, and there is a little circular area right in the center of that embossing that really helps guide you on your placement. Next, we're going to add some adhesive to the center of that butterfly, which we want to stick down to the card base, and on those chipboard pieces or coaster blank pieces that we've added to the back. We're going to center that and overlap actually a pretty good portion of that butterfly over the word you. So the sentiment says, celebrate you today, and it's really highlighting the word you. I love this combination. I am also adding some gold baubles, and the fashion gold embellishments would work fantastic. I don't happen to have those in my stash. I do have these gold baubles. These are from Trinity stamps, and they have a variety of sizes. I'm just using my Barely Art precision glue to adhere those, using my pickup stick, and you could use the crystal katana, which is now carried in the Trinity, or excuse me, in the Spellbinders shop. For the next card, we're going to use this faux stitch embossing folder. This is the embossing folder of the month, and it is 8.5 by 5.5 inches. So it's a very generous size, and it will work for any size card that you wanted to make. I have embossed this on a piece of white cardstock that is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and I'm taking out some Distress Oxides to add some detail to this embossing folder. I'm going to start with Candied Apple here, and I am going to do the next row here with Spiced Marmalade, and I'm going to come back with the Candied Apple and blend from the bottom of that little circle area and come back with the Spiced Marmalade over the top. The next row will be just the Spiced Marmalade, and then we're going to move on to Wild Honey. And this is a pretty intense yellow that has a gold undertone to it. Overtone? It's a chameleon color. I'm telling you, Wild Honey is one of those amazing colors. We're going to add a little bit of Spiced Marmalade and come back and blend that a little bit also. We're going to use this Eyelet lace frame die set that came out several months ago, probably December. I adore this die set. I had to actually wait for it to come back into stock so I could purchase it myself. And I am going to create a bunch of layers with this. I do have a, I did not use the large frame die for that one. I could have, but I thought there's enough going on in that background with the ink blending and the embossing on it. So we're going to adhere the the embossed panel that's 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 to another piece of cardstock. Embossing can make it warp a little bit, plus I wanted a little bit of extra dimension here. Now that we have that adhered, we're going to take this gold shimmer cardstock and layer it behind this yellow cardstock, and they were both cut with the same rectangular die. The yellow cardstock had the added hem stitch detail, that square dot pattern all the way around. And then from the black, I did that Eyelet lace die cut, which is 2 dies. It's a rectangle. And then the die plate that just covers the Eyelet lace pattern out of it. We're going to adhere that straight onto the yellow part, just adding glue around the edges, and then just a couple extra dots in the detailed portion. I am using a heavyweight block to add some weight behind that, and we're going to do the same treatment we did on the other card for our sentiment and for dimension. Using some coaster blank strips here to add some little lift behind the wings, just quickly adding those little pieces behind each of the wings so that we can adhere it to our card front with glue on the body and then each of those coaster blank pieces. Just going to carefully center that right in the middle of the card, and the Eyelet lace piece really helps with centering it. And then we'll add our next sentiment in the middle of this one. And forgive me, I cannot read that on my little editing screen. I don't remember what it says. I think it says celebrating you or something like that. No, especially for you. That's what it says. We're going to add a little bit of extra detail here with some gold gems from my stash. And these aren't, I don't know if these are available anywhere right now. They're simply a gold rhinestone. That is all they are, whatever you want to use. The gold mix from Spellbinders would work. And that is both of my cards. I just did 2 cards in this video. Let me know which one you enjoyed the most. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, please take a moment to do that now. I'm working hard to build my channel. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below, and if you're interested in any of the products I used today, they are listed and linked in that description box below. Here are a couple more videos I thought you might enjoy, and until next time, bye-bye.